Hi, I've started to re-record the Henry Purcell Clockwork Orange theme on an older version of Cubase on the Atari, and some people had asked me what way I was doing the strings in the intro part, and since I was doing this anyway, I thought this would be a good opportunity to upload this just to let those people see what I'm doing with the string part for the start. So I'll let you hear it now anyway. So this is where it is so far. And it just kind of loops round and round at the moment. But what's making up those sounds there, I mean, initially I think what I wrote probably first of all was this part, Jupiter 8 strings, which is a patch on the Roland JV 1080 on one of the expansion boards. And this is just like the chord progression that was used for it. I think I copied this in some other parts too, but this was probably the first one that I did. And also on the Roland JV 1080, I've got a string patch from the orchestral board that I use here. And yeah, I definitely do duplicate this on the Moog part up above. But this is just like I'll open it up here and I'll solo it. Oops. So you can hear what it sounds like just on its own. Um, so if we go back and even if probably when I was writing it, I probably listened to these just both together on their own. So you get the Jupiter 8 strings and that solo sort of violin line. And that most recent solo line that you'd heard there, the JV string line, I've copied that up onto this track here, which outputs to Yamaha A5000, and I've got a Moog sample on it. This one here particularly has a delay effect on it. I have various Moog samples patched to different channels here as well with different effects, and some of them with different filters. But this one here has a delay, so I think, well, that's why I don't know why I've chosen it just specifically for this one, but this is what it sounds like anyway on its own. So it's just a copy of the violin line, and this Moog part, well, judging by the name of the part here, I've recorded this one specifically. It's just a bass type line, which I'll open it up in the editor. You can see it. Yeah, it is. And the notes way I've done the dynamics on this is kind of trying to recreate maybe the original Purcell one with the drums, where um, you had the pulse of the drums, at certain beats. And the filter for that Moog part isn't playing correctly there right at the moment, because there's actually an automated mixer track that controls the the filter cutoff for this, but it's muted just while we're listening to it here right now. But I'm glad I've opened this, because I've just spotted a mistake here with a note on the right there. I'll fix that again. It's slightly late, but I'll fix that again. But the both these Moog tracks here are being controlled by this mixer track for the cutoff frequencies. No, wrong editor. Oops, there we go. Yeah, both these control the cutoffs for the Moogs. So I think there'll be a way I can show you this with these, and hear them, both the two Moog tracks, just soloed on their own with this MIDI mixer doing its stuff. Yeah, there you go. And I can change this in real time if I wanted to play about. You can automate whatever you want in this. It's cool. It's great fun to play with. So we'll bounce out of there and go back and see. We've done those two Moog tracks and the two JV tracks. So we've got a Polymoog track here, which is just a direct copy of the Jupiter 8 strings, and I've copied it down here. This Polymoog sample set is playing on an Akai S6000. This one here comes right on, and I just copied it down onto this track, and I've given it slightly different parameters. I dropped it an octave and changed the volume because it's quite a hot output from the Akai. And the HS is Hollow Sun. That's for Steve Hoyle, the late and very great sample producer. I bought sample sets off Steve in the past, a long time ago, and still love to use them. And yeah, they're great, amazing stuff to use. And it works so well with the other Moog samples on the Yamaha as well. So very pleased to be using Steve's stuff still. So we'll have a solo this one out and have a listen. There you go. The samples themselves are great, of the Polymoog, but it captures, the whole organic sort of just, the essence of the analog side of the early synthesizers, like from back then, with the slight warble and variations in pitch, and then when you bring it in with the other Moogs as well, I'll drop that mixer back in as well. It helps enhance it, I think. think actually in the original upload I had like a some sort of rising arpeggio there at the end of that section, but I'll need to re-record that part, and I'm still getting myself back into the swing of things. And again, altogether, this is what it sounds like as it is. And there's lots of other sounds assigned to different channels here. And hopefully, if this video works, I'll be able to create another one, and I'll be able to go through them with the new parts that I used to write for further extension and arrangement of this version of the music. So thanks very much for watching, and take care. Thank you.